If you've ever wondered why there are 3 different EX cards with completely different rules, or why Vmax isn't the same as GX, this video is for you. Today we are breaking down every major Pokemon card mechanic in TCG history, from clean, simplicity of base set to layered strategy of Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon's original base set, released in 1999, featured no special mechanics, just straightforward Pokemon attacks and energy. That changed, however, with Neo Revelations in 2001, one of my favorite sets of all time. Shiny Pokemon entered the game. Shiny Magikarp, Shiny Gyarados were the first shiny cards in the game. They were powerful, basic Pokemon despite their evolved status in the game. You could only have one in your deck, however. It was the first time Pokemon TCG restricted cards due to power level. But let's be honest, who actually wants multiple Magikarp in their deck? In 2003, the EX era began with Ruby and Sapphire. These cards had high HP and stronger attacks, but came at a cost. If your EX card was knocked out, your opponent took 2 prize cards. Some even had an e-reader stripped down the side of the card, which could be scanned for extra game content using the Game Boy Advance. This was some of my favorite cards of all time. I'm still trying to collect master sets of those. And because of that strip reader, it made those cards not last because everyone's damaging the cards. So keep your eyes out for those cards. Next came Gold Star Pokemon, some of the most iconic and collectible cards ever. They were shiny versions of fan favorites like Rayquaza and Mewtwo. And again, you can only have one Gold Star per deck. Iron Man's gonna be flying in here. These were basic Pokemon with powerful effects and beautiful alternate color artwork. That remains some of the best collectors I've ever seen. Next up were level X cards in Diamond and Pearl era. These weren't evolutions, they were like upgrades. You placed the level X card on top of your matching Pokemon and kept all of its attacks, abilities, and status conditions from the card below it. This era also brought trainer-owned Pokemon like Team Galactic and Gym Leaders and Champion cards, blending lore with gameplay and really helped spice up the TCG at that time. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we got 2 mechanics. Prime Pokemon, which were stronger versions with unique card frames and gold foil names, and Legend Pokemon, which were, let's say, ambitious at the least. Legend cards were split across a top card and a bottom card, each with beautiful panoramic artwork, but they were hard to play competitively and rarely saw any top tier success. For a card to be successful, it needs beautiful artwork, which it did, but it also needs to be playful, which it wasn't. The Sun and Moon era introduced GX Pokemon. They had powerful attacks, and each came with a once per game GX move, meaning you had to choose wisely when to use it. Then came Tag Team GX cards. 2 Pokemon, 1 card, massive power, but worth 3 prize cards if it was ever knocked out. This era also marked the rise of Full Arts, Rainbow Rares, and Shiny Vault Pokemon, making it one of the most collector-driven periods of the TCG. Sword and Shield introduced the V cards, a modern take on EX and GX. Vmax cards evolved from V and mimicked Dynamax mechanics from the game. Massive HP, 3 card prize cards if they were knocked out. Then later came the V-Star. Think GX attacks but evolved. V-Star could feature one-time use V-Star powers, either a powerful attack or ability. And also V-Union cards were 4-card combos formed from discard piled cards. Assembled kind of like Voltron style concept. Kind of Voltron meets the panoramic cards, but from your discard pile, making them easier to gather. We also had a Radiant Pokemon, came with a shiny look and a restriction, only 1 per deck. They were always basic, often had overpowered utility, and featured some unique sparkle patterns. In 2021, Celebration celebrated the franchise's legacy with a throwback cards, reprinting mechanics from base set, Gold Star, Level X, GX, and more. It was the perfect set for nostalgia and collectors alike. Scarlet and Violet brought back lowercase EX Pokemon. These cards evolved like in the early 2000s versus being independent Pokemon. They were strong, but gave up 2 prize cards when knocked out. They also introduced terrestrial Pokemon, which have a rule box that prevent bench damage, a subtle but powerful meta shift. Also teased the return of Mega Evolutions, now spelled out Mega, not sure the difference, but they'll evolve normally without ending your turn. Those will be coming soon, but not quite here just yet. The Pokemon TCG has gone through wild transformations from simple basics to massive multi-prize monsters that create unique decks with restrictions. Each mechanic brought new strategies, iconic art, and a fresh chapter in how we experience the game. Let me know in the comments which mechanics were your favorites, and which ones do you think they should bring back? We have Megas coming back now, but which other ones would you like to see? Maybe some Gold Stars? I don't think we need that craziness with how the hype is right now. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our PSA return video to see how these mechanics hold up. We also have a beginner's guide video that I'll attach at the end of this video for those new collectors who are trying to figure out what product's best for them. But I'm Elias from Bulba Cards. I'll see you next time.